Carson-Newman Eagles. In left field from Lanford, Virginia, a 5'4" sophomore, number 44, Addie Saunders. In center field from Gadsden, Alabama, a 5'5" senior, number 14, Abby Martin. In right field from Blacksburg, Virginia, a 5'7" sophomore, number 4, Katie Mathena. At third base from White House, Tennessee, a 5'6" senior, number 47, Grace Gregory. At shortstop from Knoxville, Tennessee, a 5'8" freshman, number 33, Malia Smith. At second base from San Diego, California, a 5'4" freshman, number 2, Reese Winchester. At first base from Cross Plains, Tennessee, a 5'9" senior, number 40, Macaulay Bailey. The catcher from Spring Hill, Tennessee, a 5'9" freshman, number 18, Anne Marie Richards. And the starting pitcher from Blacksburg, Virginia, a 5'9" sophomore, number 3, Lorelei Spradlin. Carson-Newman is coached by Michael Graves, assisted by Holly Tucker Vance and Hayden Dye. Athletic trainer is Colby Reeves. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise first for our invocation given today by Carson-Newman football player Colin Kempfert, and then please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Dear Lord, thank you today for this beautiful day to come out and play softball. Please bless both teams with safety on and off the field today. And whatever the end result of this contest be, let it be done to glorify you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Gentlemen, remove your caps. Current and former service members may render a salute as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
On a cold 34-degree Sunday morning, we welcome you to Jefferson City, Tennessee for a non-conference softball doubleheader as Carson-Newman looks to win its 7th and 8th potentially consecutive games in a row as they welcome the Barton College Bulldogs to the Vicky Kazee Hollifield Softball Complex. Matt Scalzi with you on the Eagle Sports Network. This is the lineup that Barton will be trotting out, facing the sophomore right-hander in Lorelei Spradlin. Leading things off and playing in center field is Mackenzie Sizik, followed by Mackenzie Taylor, the shortstop. Then Madison Mercer is batting third, the second baseman. Those are the first three that will come up for the Bulldogs in this top of the first inning. You can also take a look at the rest of them, and we'll dive through it as this inning moves along. Carson-Newman took down King yesterday in its home opener, 7-1, and then won Game 2, 6-2. Got complete games from Atiana Stamper in Game 1 and Emma Romika in Game 2 as Spradlin looks to bounce back from a rough Wednesday performance when she went on the road against Shorter. Matt Scalzi with you on the Eagle Sports Network. Sizik digs in, and first pitch comes in. It's a strike from Spradlin. First pitch coming at 10:58 local time. It is 34 degrees and sunny. Yesterday was upwards of 60 degrees, also sunny, so a little bit of a stark difference. The 0-1 from Spradlin, right at the bottom part of the zone, and it's quickly 0-2 against Cizik. The leadoff hitter with a lot of speed for this Barton side. The 0-2 from Spradlin goes upstairs, puts it at 1-2. Barton yesterday split their doubleheader with Tusculum. 2-1, or the 1-2 rather, high and outside, and Anne-Marie Richards is there with the snag. Bulldogs lost game 1 8-0 and bounced back with an 8-1 win in game 2 up in Greenville as they continue this weekend trip to Eastern Tennessee. 2-2 high and outside, and the count runs full as Cizik has worked this count back, or has worked backwards in this at bat. Cizik second on the team in terms of batting average coming into today, batting .355 on the season. 3-2, swing and a miss. Cizik down on strikes, and Spradlin has her first punch out, puts one away. Brings up Mackenzie Taylor, a shortstop for this Barton side. Standing in lefty's batter's box. First pitch to Spradlin, or from Spradlin, is high and outside for ball 1. For Spradlin this season, making her 4th start on the season, is 1-0 with a 2.33 ERA. Across 12 innings, she has given up 4 runs, all of them earned on 18 hits. 1-0. Off the mark, and ducking out of the way goes Taylor. They will call it a strike. They caught a piece of her bat. 1-1 is high and outside. 2 balls and a strike to Mackenzie Taylor. Batting .290 coming into today's contest. Has started all games this season for the Bulldogs. 2-1. Touch low from Spradlin. .3-1 comes in from Spradlin, and it's a foul ball chopped off of home plate by Taylor, and the count runs full for the second consecutive batter. Spradlin looking for another 3-2 put out. Gets a chopper towards second. Gobbled up by Winchester. She'll toss to first, and there's 2 away. Take a look at the Carson-Newman defensive alignment. Out in straightaway center field is Abby Martin. She has started every game there so far this season. And joining her in left, Addie Saunders, who has been a mainstay in the outfield. In right field is Katie Mathena. From first to third around the infield, it is Macaulay Bailey, Reese Winchester, Malia Smith, and Grace Gregory. Anne-Marie Richards is the catcher, completing the battery with Spradlin. As here comes the second baseman, Madison Mercer. Takes a first pitch ball outside. Mercer comes in as the team leader in batting averages. The 1-0 hit to third. Gregory Fields snaps a throw to first, and it is dropped by Macaulay Bailey. Puts Mercer on base with 2 away. So Mercer is aboard. Brings up the first baseman, Savannah Olson. First pitch to Olson, misses low for ball 1. Mercer aboard off the error. 1-0 is outside Olson. 2 balls, no strikes. Olson batting .333 to start this season. Here comes the 2-0. Finds the zone from Spradlin. 2 balls and a strike. Looking at the rest of this Barton order, on deck is the designated player Alexis Bicondova, followed by Elena Griffin as the right fielder batting 6th. 2-1 finds the outside part of the plate from Spradlin. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Olson. The catcher Mackenzie Holloway bats 7th. Destiny Blake, the third baseman, bats 8th, and Mackenzie Burrows rounds things out as the 9-hitter and playing in left field. 2-2. Off the mark from Spradlin, and for the 3rd time in this inning, it has gone to a full count. Spradlin put Sizik down on strikes and got a ground out of Taylor. Payoff pitch. Line drive out into right field. Mathena doesn't have to move an inch and makes the play for out number 3. It is a one-hit inning, Mercer reached on the error and sends us to bottom of the 1st, where we'll get our first looks at the Carson-Newman Bats when we come back on the Eagle Sports Network. Back on the Eagle Sports Network, Matt Scalzo with you. Here is the Carson-Newman order that will be facing Emily Bobo in the circle from Barton. It is same top 4 really, and the lineup really has remained unchanged throughout most of this season for Carson-Newman. Malia Smith, Abby Martin, and Macaulay Bailey, the top 3 hitters in this Carson-Newman order, have been fire starters, especially Martin, the center fielder. Middle part of the order, led by freshman Anne-Marie Richards, has been so strong as well this year. And be able to dive in the rest of their lineup as this one moves along as Malia Smith climbs into the lefty's batter's box and takes the first pitch ball from Emily Bobo that skips to the backstop. And it's 1-0. For Bobo this season, holds a 3.19 ERA across 5 appearances, all of them starts. She has gone 2-3 with 2 complete games so far to start this season. Already comes home on the 1-0 delivery. Outside to Malia Smith, freshman hailing from Knoxville, Tennessee. Has been so good to start this season, possesses tremendous speed. 2-0. Off the mark once more from Bobo. And so Smith a chance to get on base as Bobo just looks to get things rolling. 3-0 on the way. And it's ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Malia Smith to get things rolling. And the bottom of the 1st for Carson-Newman. Struck first in game 1 against King on a 2-run triple from Addie Saunders. Fell behind in a 2-0 hole in game 2 as the Tornado played at a pair in the top of the 1st inning. But that was all they would get as Emma Romika buckled down through a gem. Bobo's first pitch to Martin goes to the backstop, and it's behind the center fielder. Smith with ease heads on over to second base. As the count moves to 1-0. So already one of the fastest players, if not the fastest on Carson-Newman's side in scoring position. 1-0, catches the bottom of the zone to Barton. Evens the count at 1-1, and gotta imagine Barton will show bunt once more and have that infield collapsing. Gives Malia Smith just that extra bit of room more to take a secondary lead as Barton pushes a bunt to first base. Fielded by Olsen, and she is safe. This top two in the Carson-Newman order, both reaching base. Barton with the bunt to the first baseman, Olsen. And now tons of speed. If there's anyone that can rival Malia Smith with her speed, it is Abby Barton. And Malia Smith, 60 feet away from breaking the ice in game one, brings up Macaulay Bailey. First pitch is a strike. Barton will swipe second base. Throw was cut off. It's already a pair of stolen bases as Malia Smith picked one up on the first pitch Martin saw. Barton up to 8 stolen bases this season as Bailey hammers the 0-1. Deep left field. It is long gone. A 3-run home run from Macaulay Bailey. On this cold Sunday morning, the bats for Carson-Newman coming out red hot. A 3-run home run from Macaulay Bailey, her second of the season. And it's 3-0 Eagles in the bottom of the first inning, and still nobody is out. So Carson-Newman strikes first, and 3 batters is all Emily Bobo will see. She will be replaced in this game by Haley Inman. And as she gets warmed up, we'll take a quick break here on the Eagle Sports Network. 3-0 after the 3-run shot from Macaulay Bailey on the Eagle Sports Network. After the 50th career home run from Macaulay Bailey, it is 3-0 Eagles, and with nobody out, Emily Bobo is out, and Haley Inman steps into the circle and fires in a first pitch strike to Anne-Marie Richards. 50th long ball for Macaulay Bailey, program leader in all-time home runs. Continues to add on to her stellar mark as the 1-0 from Richards lifted out to right center field. Long run for the center fielder Sizik, and she makes the underhand grab for out number 1. Inman this season holds a team low 1.56 ERA for the Bulldogs, 3-1 record across 6 appearances with 4 starts. Has allowed 7 runs, 6 of those earned in 27 innings. First pitch to the third baseman, Grace Gregory. Catches the inner half, but it's 0-1. Gregory hit her first home run of the season yesterday. Pulls this one out into left center field on the 0-1 offering. And moving back into the left center field gap goes the left fielder, Mackenzie Burrows. Puts 2 away, so Inman has come in and has got 2 quick outs. As we'll take a look at this Barton defensive alignment, as I said, Mackenzie Sizik is the center fielder with Mackenzie Burrows in left field. Elena Griffin is in right. Savannah Olson's the first baseman. Madison Mercer's at second. Mackenzie Taylor is at short. And Destiny Blake is the third baseman. As Sarah Walker climbs into the righty's batter's box and takes the first pitch strike on the inner half. And then the catcher is Mackenzie Holloway. So for those of you keeping along at home, that is 4 Mackenzies in the starting lineup for Barton, as the 0-1, a wave and a miss from Walker, 0-2 on the rise ball. The 0-2, Walker shoots it the other way and into right center field. She'll turn around first, dig for second as it's picked up by Griffin and fired back in. A 2-out double from Sarah Walker. She has been so good this season at the designated player spot. Can also pitch as well. Might see her step into the circle at some point today. And especially working ball to the backside is something that head coach Michael Graves has been begging his team to do for most of this season. Walker doing just that as the first pitch to Addie Saunders. This is high up above the catching mitt of Holloway and goes all the way to the net behind home plate. Puts Walker another 60 feet up and 60 feet away from making it a 4-0 ball game as Addie Saunders stands in the lefty's batter's box, and she was so good yesterday. 3 RBIs across the 2 games, chops the 1-0 foul off of home plate. And it's 1-1. Talking with her post game, talked about how she was trying to keep the bat through the zone longer, work the ball backside, and that is how she picked up all 3 of her RBIs. Triple into left center field and then a base hit to left. 1-1, lifted out of play, third base side. Count moves to 1-2 with 2 away. Saunders had the game-winning RBI in the second contest against King. Made it through 3-2 Eagles in the 3rd inning. As the 1-2, Saunders again goes to the backside and drops it into left field. A base hit with a run scored for Addie Saunders, her 4th RBI of the weekend, and it's 4-0 Carson-Newman. So some 2-out hitting for Carson-Newman after Richards and Gregory were retired on back-to-back flyouts from Haley Inman. Double from Walker as this one gets past Holloway on the first pitch from Inman. And Saunders will advance over to second base on the wild pitch. So the pressure remains on for Haley Inman, as the Eagles have plated 4 in the bottom half of the 1st inning. Katie Mathena fouls next offering back, and the count shifts to 1-1. Mathena, the right fielder, appeared basically exclusively as a pinch hitter, or pinch runner, last season. As the 1-1 finds the outer part of the zone, and it's 1-2, but has become a very strong bat in this Carson-Newman order, batting .364 through her first 10 games this season. The 1-2, outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes to the sophomore hailing from Blacksburg, Virginia. Saunders on second, the 2-2 on the way from Inman. This is high, and Mathena has worked the count full. If Mathena gets on, it'll bring up the 9-hitter Reese Winchester. Payoff pitch is high, and Mathena works the 2-out walk, so the inning will continue as here comes Reese Winchester. Told you we'd get through this whole Carson-Newman order at some point in this game. Was not expecting the 1st inning, but here we are. Reese Winchester has struggled hitting-wise, but she gets on base at a tremendous clip. Great plate vision as she takes the first pitch ball high, and it's 1-0. Winchester, one of 2 players hailing from San Diego, California for this Eagles team. Her and Emma Romika both played high school softball together at Foothills Christian. 1-0, slapped foul, and it's 1-1 to Winchester. She's batting .231 on the season, but is getting on base at a .487 clip. Leads the team with 12 walks through the first 12 games this season. 1-2. Another foul ball that goes straight back to the netting behind home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes as Inman tries to put a close on this marathon of a first inning. '21st pitch for Inman is a pop-up by Winchester on the right side of the infield. Olson, the first baseman, moves over and makes the grab, but the damage is done. A 3-run home run from Macaulay Bailey and then an RBI single from Addie Saunders. It's 4-0 Eagles going into the top of the second inning on the Eagles Sports Network. Alexis Bicondova leads off in the top of the second inning for Barton. Now chasing 4 after the Eagles put 4 up in the bottom of the first inning. A 3-run home run off of the bat of Macaulay Bailey, her 50th career home run. And then an RBI single from Addie Saunders as Lorelai Spradlin settles back into the circle and delivers a first pitch strike to Bicondova, who is the designated player in this Barton order. Just the 21st pitch thrown for Lorelai Spradlin. The 0-1. This is low and evens the count at 1-1 to Bicondova. Coming into today, Bicondova has started 9 of the 10 games this season. He's batting .280. Standing in the righty's batter's box. 1-1 from Spradlin. High above the zone, 2 balls and a strike. Carson-Newman has done such a tremendous job when they jump out in front of their opponents. 2-1. Finds a zone, evens the count up. When Carson-Newman scores first, they are 8-1 this season. 2-2, swing and a miss from Bicondova. Spradlin's got her second strikeout. Puts 1 away in the top of the second inning. She started the first with a strikeout, now begins the second the same as Elena Griffin, the right fielder, steps in. A wave and a miss on the first offering from Spradlin, and it's 0-1. Carson-Newman this season, when they score in the first inning, is 4-0. The 0-1, straight back up the middle. Smith ranges to her left field, steps a throw to first, and it's in time for out number 2. The range of Malia Smith and the strong throw is enough to get Elena Griffin. And when talking with head coach Michael Graves before this season, he said Malia Smith has the chance to be the best shortstop that Carson-Newman has ever seen. Has great speed and has been an outstanding defender. That a prime example of it. First pitch swing, and it's fouled away down the left field line by Mackenzie Holloway, the catcher. Holloway has struggled to get the bat going this season among qualified hitters on the Barton side. She holds the lowest at a 105 batting average through 8 games. As the 0-1 is a misfire from Spradlin. 1 ball and 1 strike. Spradlin gets her side and comes in on the 1-1. Hangs upstairs, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Holly Tucker-Vance, the pitching coach for Carson-Newman, has done such a tremendous job coaching up this staff. The 2-1. Right in there from Spradlin. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away. I'm talking with head coach Michael Graves. He says, I don't even talk to the pitchers. I leave that all up to Holly. I don't want to throw anyone off their rhythm. And Holly has done a great job this season with the development of freshman Atiana Stamper along with Emma Romika. 2-2. This is high from Spradlin, and Holloway has worked the count full. Spradlin as well, returning for her sophomore season and a strong freshman year, and looking to take a step forward. The payoff pitch, just a touch low, and it's a 2-out walk for Mackenzie Holloway. Puts the runner on first. Brings up the 8-hitter and third baseman Destiny Blake. Standing in the righty's batter's box with Holloway over at first. First offering is a swing and a miss as a throw down to first by Richards. Skips away from Macaulay Bailey, but not far enough to warrant Holloway trying to advance over to second base. Count moves to 0-1 after the first pitch strike from Spradlin to Blake. 0-1 misses low. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1. Off the mark from Spradlin, 2 balls and a strike. If there's anything that Carson-Newman has had an issue with in terms of pitching, has been with 2 outs. At times have struggled to get that 3rd out. 2-1, fouled straight back off the bat of Blake. Destiny Blake this season batting .250 through 8 games with 7 starts. .38th pitch coming up for Spradlin. Half of them have been strikes, and there's another. Her 3rd strikeout puts Blake down swinging. Sends us into the bottom of the 2nd inning. Still a 4-0 Carson-Newman lead on the Eagle Sports Network. Back to the Vicky Cassie Hollyfield softball complex, bottom of the 2nd inning, and Same way we started the first. Malia Smith leading off, except this time it is a 4-0 Carson-Newman lead. As Smith takes the first pitch ball from Inman. And the count is at 1-0. Smith reached on a walk, then stole at second base, and came in to score on a 3-run home run from Macaulay Bailey, who is in the hole. We'll see her in the second inning as well. The 1-0. Smith shows bunt. It's a called strike. Count evens up at 1-1. Haley Inman into her first clean inning of work. Came in when it was 3-0 in the bottom of the first inning after Emily Bobo gave up all 3 runs on 2 hits with 1 walk, got nobody out. 2-1 to Smith. Clips a bunt off of home plate and catches the ankle of the catcher, Mackenzie Holloway. Abby Martin standing on deck as the righty Inman comes home on the 2-2. Popped up left side, and it will drift out of play. Count stays where it is, and we'll do it all over again. Smith coming into this contest today, batting .409. That has remained the same, but her on-base percentage has gone up after a first inning walk. The 2-2 slapped back to the pitcher Inman. Fields and snaps a throw to first, and Smith is retired for out number 1. As that brings Abby Martin to the plate, reached on a bunt single back in the first inning. Has been so good this season as a fire starter in this Carson-Newman order. Takes the first pitch ball low, and it's 1-0. Is off to a career start to begin this season. Leads the team in batting average coming into today, batting .467. 1-0 is low, 2 balls, no strikes. Slugging at a higher clip than she ever has at .667, and is getting on base over at a 55% clip. 2-0, grounded towards third, as Martin is retired on the putout from Blake. Puts 2 quick outs on the board for Inman. She did that when she first came to relief in the bottom of the first inning. Got flyouts from Richards and Gregory, but a double from Sarah Walker and a single from Addie Saunders. Quickly made it 4-0 as here comes Macaulay Bailey. Takes the first pitch strike right at the bottom part of the zone from Inman, and it's 0-1. Last time up for Macaulay Bailey, her 50th career home run, a 3-run shot to left center field. Checked her swing. Did she go around? She did, says the first base umpire, Austin Harris. Lenny Fox is calling balls and strikes for this umpiring crew on this Sunday morning from Mossy Creek. So the count moves to 0-2. Inman comes home. Just off the plate. And the count's set 1-2. A 1-2 from Inman. Bailey clips it foul. One ball, 2 strikes with 2 away. Nobody on for Carson-Newman. In the bottom of the second inning, 4-0 lead, the 1-2. Inman tries to work it on the outer part of the plate. And again, just off the mark. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away. Inman home on the break even. Bailey line drive over the outstretched arm of Mackenzie Taylor. It rolls into left center field, and Macaulay Bailey 2 for 2 to get things going on this Sunday morning. Puts a runner on with 2 away as Anne-Marie Richards, the catcher, comes up to bat for Carson-Newman. AM has been sizzling hot as of late. Now second on the team in batting average coming into today at .444. First pitch is down the chute from Inman. Gets ahead 0-1. Richards hit her first career home run, a grand slam in the top of the 8th inning against Shorter on Wednesday. 0-1, races high. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 away. Richards third on the team in RBIs, trailing Martin and Macaulay Bailey, who's added to her season total, the 1-1. Richards turns and yanks it foul down the left field line. Not as many cars in the area today. Could be because of the cold weather, also because this is the only event going on campus today. The 1-2 fought off the end of the bat by Richards. Keeps the count where it is. As out comes Holloway to talk with her pitcher in Inman. Gives Anne-Marie Richards a chance to reset herself. Macaulay Bailey over at first base talking with graduate assistant coach Hayden Dye, also former teammate of Bailey. Was an All-American shortstop with the Eagles last season. And has enjoyed the shift to coaching, seeing the game through a different lens. The 1-2. Richards spoils another foul ball. Pops up down the first base side. 1-2. Richards pops it up. Shallow right field. Back goes Mercer into the outfield turf, and she'll make the grab for out number 3. Bailey stranded after a 2-out base hit. Sends us into the 3rd inning. It's 4-0 Carson-Newman on the Eagle Sports Network. Top of the 3rd inning from Jefferson City, Tennessee. It's a 4-0 Carson-Newman lead over Barton. Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagle Sports Network. Game 1 of 2 today, as the Eagles have won 6 consecutive games, sit at 11-1 on the season. Welcoming Barton, who's 6-4 after a split yesterday against Tusculum up the road in Greenville. Lorelei Spradlin back into the circle and facing 9-1-2 in this Barton order, as Mackenzie Burrows takes the first pitch ball from the sophomore right-hander in Spradlin, who they call Lou. 1-0. Bunt pushed down the first base side. Bailey picked it up, and it was foul. It is ruled by home plate umpire Lenny Fox. Evens the count at 1-1. Burrows, the 9-hitter in the Barton order. The 1-1. Off the mark and goes all the way to the backstop from Spradlin. 2 balls and a strike. Might have just lost the handle on that one. Burrows batting .300 this season across her first 9 games. Has one of 2 home runs this season for Barton. 2-1. And just catching the tiniest bit of the bat from Burrows on the foul tip, evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Spradlin began the first and the second with a strikeout swinging. 2-2. This is drilled out towards deep center field. Long run for Abby Martin, and it hits into the bottom part of the wall. Martin picks it up and snaps it back in on a leadoff double from Mackenzie Burrows. As Barton looks to get things going and fight their way back into this Sunday morning. Turns back over to the top of the Barton order with Mackenzie Sizzix, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And then Mackenzie Taylor looms on deck. As Burrows continues to rack up hits, her 7th extra base hit of the season, as Sizzix puts a bunt down straight to Spradlin off the circle. Throws over to first with Winchester covering and gets Sizzix, who has good speed, out at first for out number 1. Burrows advances another 60 feet to third. And the third Mackenzie to come up to bat in this inning is Mackenzie Taylor, the shortstop. First offering from Spradlin is a strike to the lefty, and it's 0-1. As Barton looks to try and bring 1 run across here and just chip into this Carson-Newman lead in the top of the 3rd inning. 0-1 is upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's Burrows over at third. The 1-1 is a wild pitch. Richards picks it up, gets to home, and tags out Burrows. She's slow to get up as her and Richards collided on the dive back in, and she appears to be okay. Is walking slowly back to the third base dugout. But a heads-up play from Anne-Marie Richards, who had lost it initially and picked it up off the carom of the backstop. Dove back to home and is able to retire Burrows for the second out of the inning. The 1-2 high, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. An unconventional 1-2-3 inning for Spradlin, but it goes in the book the same as we head into the bottom of the 3rd inning. 4-0 Carson-Newman on the Eagle Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning, 4-0 Carson-Newman in front over Barton in game one of this Sunday doubleheader from Jefferson City. As it looks like there has been a change. So going into left field is Alexis Bicondova in place of Mackenzie Burrows, who was slow to get up in that on her attempted steal of home. Grace Gregory leads off and fouls the first pitch away that hits off her foot. That never feels good, especially on a cold day like today. 35 degrees, windy, gusting out to left center field. 0-1, brushes inside against Gregory. Moves the count to 1-1. Gregory, line drive out to right field. Moving over is Griffin, and she is there to make the grab for out number 1. Designated player Sarah Walker comes up to bat. Walk-up song is Freebird. Fitting after Team USA got the win in the gold medal game in overtime against Canada, 2-1. As Walker takes a first pitch ball upstairs, 1-0. Overtime winner from Jack Hughes gives the U.S. their first gold medal in men's hockey since the Miracle on Ice in 1980. 1-0. Walker lifts one, right center field. Sizik over into the gap and will make the grab for out number 2. Since coming in for Haley Inman in the bottom of the first inning in a 3-0 hole, she has been efficient. Has given up 3 hits, just the 1 run on the RBI single from Addie Saunders, who climbs into the lefties batter's box. First pitch to Saunders. It's a hard hit bouncer that's snagged by the shortstop Taylor and snaps it over to first for out number 3. A 1-2-3, bottom of the third for Inman. Sends us quickly into the top of the fourth. It is still 4-0 Carson-Newman on the Eagle Sports Network. Into the top of the fourth inning, it is a 4-0 Carson-Newman lead over Barton in game 1 of this Sunday doubleheader. Carson-Newman getting its first 2 days at home after spending the first 10 on the road. Started the season 9-1, then got the doubleheader sweep in the home opener over King yesterday. As Spradlin continues to work. That is pitch number 50 on the afternoon, or excuse me, the morning rather, for the sophomore right-hander. And it's the first pitch strike to Madison Mercer. 0-1, fouled straight back, and it's 0-2. Spradlin has allowed just 1 hit on the day. It was a leadoff double from Mackenzie Burrows. The 0-2 to Mercer. Pulled high and outside by Spradlin. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Against Mercer, transfer from East Carolina, is the team leader in batting average coming into today, batting .533. 1-2 on the ground, fielded by Smith. Throws on the move, long throw, and it is not in time. Mercer, just by a step, is able to reach on an infield single. Brings up Savannah Olson, the first baseman and cleanup hitter. First offering to Olson. Cuts and misses. 0-1. Olson's 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. Her first time up, that put a close on the bottom of the first inning. 0-1. Olson pulls it down the left field line, and it's fair. Back-to-back base hits to get things going in the top of the 4th inning for Barton. Puts runners on first and second with nobody away. Brings up Alexis Bicondova, who was listed as the designated player and has now since subbed in at left field. First pitch to Bicondova is a foul ball that rings off the stanchion behind home plate. It's 0-1. Line drive to second. Winchester catches it and doubles up Olson at first. A soft pop out from Alexis Bicondova, and Spradlin gets a huge double play, puts 2 away as Mercer holds over at second base. As Elena Griffin steps in and fouls the first pitch back from Spradlin, it's 0-1. Fifth double play turn for Carson-Newman this season. The 0-1. Popped up foul and lands on top of the press box here on the first base side. Quickly 0-2 on Griffin. She's 0 for 1, grounded out to the shortstop Smith. Back in the second inning. The 0-2 from Spradlin. And it's another foul ball. Lifted straight back by Griffin. 60 pitches now for Lorelei Spradlin. Almost 2/3 of those have been strikes. 37 strikes total for Spradlin of those 60. Spradlin looks for another scoreless frame. Here comes another 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. 5th strikeout for Spradlin. As the Bulldogs leave a runner left on base in Mercer at second, sends us to the bottom of the 4th inning. Carson-Newman firmly in control, 4-0 on the Eagle Sports Network. 8, 9, and 1 for Carson-Newman in the bottom of the fourth inning. Lorelei Spradlin worked around some traffic in the top of the fourth. Back-to-back base hits from Mercer and Olson, put 2 on with nobody out, but forced a soft line out to Reese Winchester, who then doubled up Olson at first base as Mathena takes the first pitch ball. Skips into the turf. And then Spradlin got her 5th strikeout. Put Griffin down swinging. A 1-0. Hit over top the shoes of the right fielder Mathena. And it's 2-0. Mathena worked her walk her last time up. That was in the first inning. 2-0. Low once more from Inman. 3 balls, no strikes. Three-0 into the righty Mathena. Take it all the way, and Inman finds the zone. As the count is at 3-1. Quick conversation between Holloway and Inman at the front of the circle. Katie Mathena steps out and climbs back in for Carson-Newman. (3-1) down the chute from Inman, and she has worked backwards in this at-bat. Count now runs full after falling behind 3-0. Mathena settles in deep in the righty's batter's box. The 3-2. Mathena shoots it foul. Trying to work it the other way down the first base side. Here comes another payoff pitch from Inman. Skips in, and Mathena has her 2nd walk of this Sunday morning. Brings up Reese Winchester. Mathena now with 4 walks on the season. Had 2 coming into today and has 2 in her first at-bats as Winchester tries to put a bunt down, and it is foul. 0-1. Winchester popped out to the first baseman Olson. That closed the book on a 4-run bottom of the first inning from Carson-Newman. A 3-run home run from Macaulay Bailey, her 50th in her tremendous Carson-Newman career. Winchester shows button, pulls back as the 0-1 rises high to Winchester, 1-1. And tacked on another on an RBI single from Addie Saunders in the bottom of the first inning. 4th RBI of the weekend for Saunders. Winchester offers on the 1-1. Count shifts to 1-2. Top of the order, and Malia Smith standing on deck. The 1-2. High from Inman. Evens the count at 2-2 to Winchester. Next pitch will be the 60th for Inman. 2nd pitcher to go for Barton today. And the 2-2's low. Winchester runs the count full, as she has done a great job this season at doing that. As I mentioned, tremendous plate vision. Leads this Carson-Newman team in walks. The payoff pitch. And she pulls it foul down the third base side up towards some fans up on the hill. That runs along the left side of the Vicky Kazee Hollyfield softball complex. Another payoff pitch to Winchester, and there is walk number 13 on the season for Reese Winchester. The freshman 2nd baseman has been so good defensively. trying to take a step forward a little bit with her bat. But her plate vision is what makes her so dangerous, especially at the bottom part of this order, as it turns back over to the top, and the infield coming in against Malia Smith, puts the bunt down, right back to the pitcher, Inman. Gets the throw over to first and retires Smith, as both Mathena and Winchester move up another 60 feet into scoring position on the sac bunt from the shortstop, Smith. Brings up Abby Martin, who for most of this season led Carson-Newman in terms of RBIs until Macaulay Bailey has turned on an extra gear. First pitch is a strike to Martin, and it's 0-1. One high, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 to Abby Martin, jammed inside and lifts one that will stay on the infield. Second baseman Mercer will make the play, and there's 2 away. So here comes Macaulay Bailey. Team high, 19 RBIs, pair of home runs this season, and she hit her second back in the first inning. Had just 1 RBI through the first 6 games of the season, and she takes the first pitch ball. And then across the last 6, including today, she has racked up 18 RBIs. (1-0) misses from Inman. 2 balls, no strikes to Macaulay Bailey. Head coach Michael Graves, after second day of the Low Country Classic, 2-0, finds his own to Bailey, 2-1. Said that Macaulay's father told him just drop her to the 5 spot in the lineup and might get her going a little bit. It worked against Erskine, brought in 4 RBIs, moved back up to 3, and she has been just producing day in and day out, as she has done throughout her entire Carson-Newman career. 2-1 is poked foul down the right field line. As the count now sits at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away. And 2 on for Carson-Newman. Winchester at second, Mathena at third. A break even from Inman. And Bailey pops it up. That hits off the top of the press box and careens back into the field of play. So we'll do it all over again as Inman looks into the third base dugout. Has her sign, comes home on another 2-2. Bailey works it the other way, and it's another foul ball. As this at-bat continues. A 2-2 again. This one's high to Macaulay Bailey, and the count runs full with 2 away in the bottom of the 4th. Carson-Newman got all 4 runs in the the bottom half of the first inning. Here's a payoff pitch. Bailey ground ball up the middle and into center field. Mathena scores. Around third comes Winchester. A little shrug over at first base from Macaulay Bailey, and it's 6-0 Carson-Newman. 5 RBIs for Macaulay Bailey in game 1. She's 3 for 3. So here comes Anne-Marie Richards. First offering to the catcher, and she takes a strike. 0-1. Macaulay Bailey now up to a 211 career RBIs, and a scorching shot from Richards goes all the way to the left center field wall. Bailey around third. The throw to the plate. There is no throw. She's in standing up on an RBI double from Anne-Marie Richards. And Carson-Newman gets the bats going once more with 2 outs. It's 7-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. That came sizzling off the bat of Richards, and shortstop Taylor had very little time to react. And so it is a double for Anne-Marie Richards. Looks like we might have some changes coming in, maybe just a pinch runner in this situation, as Michael Graves talking with Grace Gregory to the left side of the batter's box, and Bailey Worley will come in as the pinch runner in place of Anne-Marie Richards. Worley has been used as a pinch runner basically exclusively this year. Had one at-bat during the Big Region preseason preview as Gregory foul tips on the first pitch home from Inman, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 to Grace Gregory. High, 1-1. Worley, a senior out of Black Mountain, North Carolina. The 0-1 is off the mark, and then a snap throw back to second. Saw Worley dive back in safely. And then falling on top of her was Madison Mercer as the count moves to 2-1. Next pitch home from Inman. Gregory, line drive. That'll drop into left center field. Worley turns and burns around third, and she is in standing up. An RBI single from Grace Gregory. The Eagles plate another 4, this time in the bottom of the 4th, and it is 8-0 Eagles. Gregory got off to a slow start this season, but has since turned it on as of late. Hit her first home run of the season yesterday as Walker clips the first offering from Inman back, and it's 0-1. Now up to 9 RBIs this season goes Gregory. Oh, 1. Inman can't find the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike to Sarah Walker, who had the first home run of the season for Carson-Newman against Converse, the 1-1. Shot out of play. High over top the dugout and press box on the first base side. Gregory now with an RBI in her last 4 games. 1-2, Walker, a blooper out towards center. Sizik comes on, and she cannot come up with it. Gregory holds over at second base as Michael Graves was trying to get her to come over there, and she did not move. After Sizik couldn't come up with it, she overran it, as did the second baseman Mercer, who was giving chase to it. Either way, there's a runner on first and second now for Addie Saunders. Had an RBI single in the first. Swings on the first pitch, grounds it to the first baseman Olsen. It's off her glove on a dive, and Saunders is aboard. So the wheels on the bus keep going around. Last 3 have reached for Carson-Newman on an infield single for Addie Saunders. She's now 2 for 3. And it turns back over to Katie Mathena. Eagles have batted around here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Katie Mathena began this inning with a walk, scored on the 2-run single from Macaulay Bailey. First pitch is a strike from Inman. 1 misses high, and snap throw back to third. Hits Gregory. Might sting just a little bit more with the cold weather today. As the count moves to 1-1. Down the chute from Inman. Makes the count 1-2. Bases loaded with 2 away in the bottom of the 4th. Saunders at first, Walker at second, and Gregory at third. The 1-2 to Mathena is high above the zone. Levels the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 away. 8-0 Carson-Newman lead. The 2-2 Mathena line drive, right center field. It'll split between the 2 outfielders and go all the way to the wall. First 2 are in. Here comes Saunders. It is a bases clearing double from Katie Mathena. 11-0 Carson-Newman after 7 here in the bottom of the 4th. A tremendous at-bat from Katie Mathena, as the Eagles continue to work the ball the other way. Certainly going to put a smile on third base coach and head coach Michael Graves, who has just pleaded and pleaded to me in basically every post-game interview about how he wants his team to work the ball the other way and execute when runners are in scoring position. I think that bases clearing double from Katie Mathena is exactly what he would be looking for, as the Eagles are up 11 and conversation in the circle for this Barton infield and head coach Cortland Cooney. Will they be making a change? It doesn't appear so. As Mathena increases her season total to 4 RBIs on her second extra base hit of the season. So it's back to Reese Winchester. All runs for Carson-Newman, coming with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch to Winchester, high from Inman. And it's 1-0. This inning started with a walk, back-to-back walks from Mathena and Winchester. They moved over to scoring position on a sac bunt from Aaliyah Smith, who stands on deck. 1-0 in the zone from Inman, evens it up at 1-1. A pop out from Abby Martin put 2 outs on the board, and then a 2-run single from Macaulay Bailey. RBI double from Anne Marie Richards, 1-1. Winchester pops it up out of play, and it's 1-2. An RBI single from Grace Gregory, all of those in succession. Then a single from Sarah Walker, put runners on first and second. An infield single from Addie Saunders loaded the bases, and most recently, a 3-run double from Katie Mathena has pushed it up to an 11-run lead for Carson-Newman. The 1-2 was high to Winchester. A break even from Inman, off the mark. And the count runs full to Winchester, as it did her first time up in this 4th inning. The 11th batter of the inning for Carson-Newman, the 3-2, and Winchester works another walk, adding on to her team leading with 2 walks in this inning. She's up to 14 on the year. As the Ducks keep floating around the pond, Aaliyah Smith comes up with Winchester at first, Mathena at second. First pitch, she muscles one out towards the left side on a jam shot that is then caught by the shortstop Taylor. But the Eagles add on 7 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. It is 11-0 Carson-Newman. They'll look for 3 more outs in the top of the 5th to get a run rule in Game 1 when we come back on the Eagle Sports Network. A lone change defensively for Carson-Newman in the top of the 5th inning. Bailey Worley has come in as Anne-Marie Richards departs. After a 7-run bottom of the 4th inning, has it at 11-0 Carson-Newman lead. So Lorelei Spradlin looks for 3 more outs. For the Eagles trying to get the run rule here in 5, it would mark the 4th consecutive complete game from a Carson-Newman pitcher, as the first offering is popped up by Mackenzie Holloway on the left side of the infield. Amelia Smith, the shortstop, will make the play, and in a short-lived battle, there's one gone in the top of the 5th inning. Just 62 pitches thrown for Lorelei Spradlin in what has been a bounce-back start for the sophomore right-hander. First pitch is right down Main Street to Destiny Blake. 7, 8, and 9 due up for Barton in this top half of the 5th inning. The 0-1 just misses from Spradlin. 1-1. Spradlin on Wednesday against Shorter gave up 3 runs, all of them earned on 9 hits through 3 innings. She had just given up 9 hits on her first 3 appearances through the season. 1-1. Cut and a miss from Blake. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Spradlin with 5 strikeouts so far. The 1-2 popped up out of play. Count stays where it is with 1 gone. Carson-Newman got complete game shutout from Emma Romika on Wednesday at Shorter. Time is called from Spradlin. It was the first complete game shutout in a run rule of the season for Carson-Newman, and first since Sierra Rogers did it last season also against Shorter. The 1-2 from Spradlin. High above the top rail of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 away. And then yesterday, Atiana Stamper goes the distance in a 7-1 win in Game 1 against King. 2-2 from Spradlin. This time misses low, and the count runs full against Destiny Blake, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the 2nd inning. Payoff pitch. Blake pops it up. Shallow right field. Winchester moves back and makes the grab with an assist from Katie Mathena to make sure that Winchester didn't tumble over. Puts 2 away in the top of the 5th inning. And then in Game 2 yesterday against King, Emma Romika bounced back from a tough first inning where she gave up 2 runs. Gave up just 2 hits the rest of the way in a 6-2 win for Carson-Newman. First pitch to Mackenzie Burrows, who was replaced defensively by Alexis Bicondova in left field, but she stands in the righty's batter's box here. Closest to being the one to score for Barton in this game, the 1-0. This is low, back-to-back balls from Spradlin, has her behind in this at-bat. Burrows doubled in the 3rd and then was caught stealing as she tried to advance home on a wild pitch. But Anne-Marie Richards won the race back to the plate, the 2-0. Spradlin gets back in the count. Puts it in the heart of the zone, 2-1. As a strike right on the outside edge. Spradlin burns it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 away. Barton down to its last strike in Game 1. Break even from Spradlin. Did she go? She did not, as Mrs. High. They'll throw down at first. Now the appeal, they'll say that she did not go. It says Austin Harris over at first base. So the count runs full to Mackenzie Burrows. Payoff pitch. And Burrows takes as it misses above the letters on the jersey of Barton. Puts a runner on first with one gone in the top of the 5th inning. Turns back over to the top of the Barton order with Mackenzie Sizik. Strikeout in the 1st, then a sac bunt in the 3rd. First batter to face Spradlin for the 3rd time. And she starts her off with a strike. Down the chute to get ahead in the count, 0-1. Sizik standing to the top of the righty's batter's box, her back foot even with the top of home plate. The 0-1. Back-to-back strikes as Spradlin works ahead. And looks for one more strike once more and one more out to put a bow on things here in game 1. The 0-2 from Spradlin. Popped up. This will stay just the tiniest bit on the infield and trickle into the right center field turf. Reese Winchester is there, and she'll make the grab as the Eagles take the win in game 1, 11-0. The 4th consecutive complete game from a Carson-Newman pitcher, and it's another complete game shutout in a run rule for the 2nd time this week. Lorelei Spradlin goes 5 innings, just giving up 3 hits and striking out 5 in an 11-0 win for Carson-Newman. Macaulay Bailey, wouldn't you know it, back in the starlight. Her 50th career home run got things started, and she finishes the day 3 for 3 with 5 RBIs, as the rest of the Carson-Newman bats also did a good job. RBIs from Anne-Marie Richards, Grace Gregory, Addie Saunders, and then the 3-run bases clearing double from Katie Bethina added on as Carson-Newman takes game 1 11-0. Game 2 will be coming up in about 30 minutes time here on the Eagle Sports Network. Till then, Matt Scalzo signing off. See you in a few on the other side on the Eagle Sports Network.